down and actually see some more great talks and panel discussions taking place up here and downstairs, as well as the Innovation Alley. Our next presentation, can the traditional markets and the crypto markets actually coexist? Well, we're going to find out about bridging that gap from Antoni Trenchev, the CEO at Nexo.
Hello, everyone. My name is Antoni, and I am one of the managing partners and co-founders of Nexo. Now, the topic for today's presentation is bridging the gap between traditional finance and the crypto world. But before we dive into the deep, let's have a look at this chart. Can anyone tell me what this chart represents? No chart? There's the chart. No Bitcoiners amongst you? OK, I'll let you know then. This is the price action of Bitcoin from the end of 2017 until the present day. Now, it is not necessarily the most beautiful chart. A lot of people have bled, myself including. So how about this one? It is a different chart. This is the very rapid rise and violent fall of Bitcoin in the year 2013, 2014. And the veterans amongst you might remember Silk Road, Mt. Gox, all sorts of nasty stuff. Now, the reason I am showing you these charts today is simple, and it comes down to one single line. We have been here before. Especially in terms of items that have a pricing history, there rarely is anything new. It is what the great mathematician Benno Mandelbrot has called self-similar fractals, where the smaller resembles the larger and vice versa. But it is also important to remember that everything in life is a matter of perspective. Because the first arrow here actually shows that violent rise of 2013 and 2014. And then in 2016, 2017, we had a very similar price action. Now, both these movements seemed terribly important at the time, but actually what followed dwarfs everything. So it is viewed from the right perspective, just two laughable corrections. Now, the price of an item or a cryptocurrency is a curious thing, because it does not only reflect how your investment is doing, but viewed on the long term and taking the long-term view, it actually reflects the state of things, their utility, and their value to the human enterprise. And if crypto alone has not got you convinced, I have another chart for you, final one, I promise. Now, this is the... Now, Nexo offers its loans in 40+ fiat currencies, which means we have all major currencies, and we have the capabilities to service anything from the Nepalese rupee to the Thai baht. Now, as a further step of servicing as many clients as possible, we have lowered the minimum loan amount to $100. This has been requested by clients from all over the world, mostly in Africa, and we listened. Due to our 10 years of expertise in credit automation and credit facilitation, we were able to provide a solution here in a little over 2 months. Now, the Nexo dividend token is a security token and is a top 100 coin. And we are the largest security token bar market cap today. And I love doing big announcements at beautiful events like this. So let me give you a very important and big update right here. December 15th is the D-date. Nexo is profitable. And on December 15th, we will pay out the first ever dividend on a token. In an industry first, Nexo will pay out 30% of profits and share it with the Nexo token holders. Now, if you are looking for the bridge between traditional finance and the crypto world, this is it. Now, not to be too self-indulgent here, but I think we are doing a fine job of promoting the overall well-being of the crypto blockchain space. No, not yet, not yet. Thank you. All right, thanks. Individual responsibility. What all of us do has an impact. It might sound like a cliche, but cliches have become cliches because they're true. Now, if nothing else, we as individuals have the responsibility to protect the upside potential of our crypto. And as the charts earlier have shown you, the art of hodl is not always an easy one, especially when profits weigh in heavily or you need access to fiat currencies for some reason or another. The temptation to sell is especially cruel. This is actually one of the reasons why we came up with Nexo, to provide a solution to both hodling and instant access to cash. But there's another angle I'd like to discuss with you today, and that is the tax angle. Now, I don't necessarily want to give tax advice, but usually when you sell crypto, that triggers a taxable event. And depending on where in the world you might live, that might end up being all the way up to 40%. If you're in the States, 40% of roughly half of what you earn goes to Uncle Sam. Not so if you borrow against it, which actually is a strategy, a billionaire strategy used by billionaires for a couple of decades. What they do, and this is called the Zuckerberg tax for reasons which, I mean, billionaires are doing it. They keep on borrowing and against their assets, and they never pay capital gain tax. Now, with the Nexo model, this is something that you can emulate, and you can do pretty much the same. Now, securities on the blockchain is a large event, a large trend that everyone is seeing, and I think we can all agree that this is going to be a pretty big one. In my humble opinion, it is important to realize that even in new domains, smart and big money are looking for familiar instruments that fit into existing portfolio managing techniques. So it won't be surprising to see Wall Street's entry into crypto via compliant, dividend-paying, asset-backed tokens and financial instruments that are provided by companies with solid track records, good business cases, and live products. Bottom line, security tokens are the next logical step in the evolution of the crypto space, but for that to grow properly, one of the most important roles goes to cryptocurrency exchanges and the regulators. Now, since a large portion of the Delta Summit has been dedicated on those topics, I am not going to repeat what was said earlier. At Nexo, we think it's extremely encouraging that major exchanges, anyone from Binance and OKX to Coinbase, Bittrex, and the NASDAQ, are about to provide compliant solutions for the trading of securities on the blockchain. Even entire jurisdictions are grasping the opportunity here, and I want to take a moment to thank our kind hosts of Malta for taking such a progressive view here to the legislation and regulation of the blockchain space. Now, to me and the Nexo team, all of this unequivocally shows that there is enormous future value to be added to the space and to the human enterprise via security tokens. The geeks and the enthusiasts, no bad connotations here, the boutique investors have taken crypto to the point where 60% of Americans know what Bitcoin is. We have anyone from Putin to Eminem talking about cryptocurrencies. And the current market cap is just above $200 billion. In January, it peaked at around $700 billion. And that sure is impressive. But if you compare that to the US stock market and the 30 trillion market cap there, crypto is still a drop in the sea. I think it's safe to say that the next great bull run in crypto will only come with the support and adoption of crypto by institutions in Wall Street. But the beauty of the whole thing is that it actually depends on us. We have all the right things in place to develop great companies and products. And as individuals, we have a responsibility To do that, as companies, we have the responsibility to build terrific companies and products with real-life solutions for the people. And finally, we have to allow the compliant trading of security tokens on the blockchain. Thank you so much for your kind attention. If you'd like to speak with us, we are over there the whole of today. Thank you so much.